I flew back to the States for Thanksgiving after spending 5 years living overseas. Nobody from my family showed up at the airport. No one saved me a seat at the table. Instead, they introduced me like I was the family screw-up who ran off. My aunt just scoffed and said, "Well, look who finally showed up. Don't expect us to roll out the red carpet." Then my cousin snapped at me, "Why'd you even come back? Nobody missed you." Even my mom, under her breath, muttered, "Just try not to ruin dinner for everyone." I gave them a smile and said calmly, "No worries. I won't be making this mistake again." 2 months later, I made a move they didn't see coming. Just last night, I got a message. They're all losing it, begging me to respond. So yeah, let's get into it. Honestly, I'm still pretty pissed off. And to be real, I need to get this off my chest somewhere besides my group chat. They're already sick of hearing about it. Can't really blame them. For some background, it's been 6 years since I was last home. Not because I hate my family or anything like that. Life just got in the way, pandemic, bills, work stuff. Then I moved out to Berlin, and the time flew by before I even realized it. We're not a FaceTime kind of family anyway. Mostly just random texts in the group chat and the occasional meme from my cousin Samantha. Honestly, I was excited to come home. Thought it might be one of those cheesy moments. Hugs, tears, airport reunions. Yeah, not even close. First red flag. I texted the family group chat right after I landed. Just a simple, "Hey, I'm here." Nobody answered. I waited a bit. Scrolled through my phone. The only reply I got was from my mom. "Just Uber. We're busy with prep." At first, I thought she was messing with me. She wasn't. I grabbed my bag and headed to the pickup area, still hoping maybe it was all a setup and someone would jump out and surprise me. But no. I waited 15 minutes. Then I tried calling my mom. Straight to voicemail. Great. So I got in an Uber and rode to the house, about 30 minutes away. Not gonna lie, I was already irritated. But I figured, hey, maybe it's just the usual family madness. I get to the house. Walk up. Nobody comes to the door. I let myself in. Smells like turkey, classic Thanksgiving. I can hear everyone chatting from the dining room. I poke my head in, and they don't even pause the conversation. No hey, no welcome home. Nothing. I just stand there for a second, feeling completely out of place. Finally, Aunt Cheryl glances over and says, "Oh, you finally decided to show your face. Don't expect a warm welcome." I laughed, thinking she was being sarcastic. She wasn't. Dead serious. Then my cousin Tyler looks up from his phone and goes, "Why are you even here? Nobody wanted you back." And then my mom, sitting at the end of the table, says, "Just don't ruin the evening for everyone." I had been there for maybe 3 minutes. I looked around for a seat. Nothing. The table was set for everyone, except me. Even the kids' table was packed. I asked if there was another chair, and Mom just said, "We didn't know if you'd actually come. You never show up to anything," she added. Which, yeah, I missed a few weddings and events. But not because I didn't care. It's just hard to fly back from Europe for a weekend. I started to explain that, and Cheryl cut me off. "Nobody wants to hear your excuses," she snapped. "We're just glad you finally quit running away from your roots." So there I was, standing in the doorway with my bag still on my shoulder. The only one who even tried to help was Samantha. She offered her spot, but she was crammed in with the little kids. No room at all. Her dad, my Uncle Ronald, just said, "You can eat after. There's still food in the kitchen." I set my bag down and stood there like a fool. I probably should have just left right then, but I didn't want to cause a scene. So I went to the kitchen. All that was left was some cold mashed potatoes and green beans that looked questionable. I could hear them in the other room, still talking. Talking about me like I wasn't even there. "Oh, Evan is back. Wonder how long he'll stick around this time. He probably thinks he's better than us now. Hope he doesn't start another fight." Then my mom again, "Don't bring up politics. You know how he gets." What the hell? I hadn't even said anything except hi. So I stood by the sink, eating cold potatoes and scrolling on my phone. It was honestly kind of funny in a depressing way. Every time someone walked in to grab a drink, they just acted like I was invisible. At one point, Tyler bumped into me. Didn't say sorry. Just looked at me like I was in the way. I asked about my room. Mom told me. We turned it into a sewing room. Said my stuff was in the garage. Tossed me a key. I went out to the garage. There were 3 boxes with my name scribbled on the sides. Most of it was old junk I'd forgotten even existed. So I sat down in a folding chair out there, scrolling TikTok, thinking, why did I even come? I could hear everyone laughing inside. Then the door creaked open and Aunt Cheryl stepped out. She looked at me and shook her head. Said, "Some people just can't handle real family." "Guess Europe changed you," I said to her. "You don't have a clue what you're talking about." She rolled her eyes and went back inside. I figured maybe dessert would be better, so I headed back in. But as I walked into the living room, they were taking a family photo. I tried to squeeze in, but Uncle Ronald looked at me and said, "Maybe sit this one out, Evan. You've been gone so long we might forget who you are." Everyone laughed. That fake, mean kind of laugh. I just walked right out. Heard my mom mutter, "He's always so dramatic. That's why he doesn't have any real friends." I slammed the front door. Then realized I forgot my backpack, so I went back in. Tyler was at the fridge. He looked at me and said, "So what, running away again?" I told him, "I'm not running. I just don't want to be here." He brushed past me. Not hard, just enough to make his point. I didn't react, just stared at him. He smirked. I wanted to hit him, but I didn't. I booked a room at the old Holiday Inn a few blocks away. Packed up my boxes from the garage. Mom sent me a text. "Don't make this about you, Evan. Just be grateful we let you come." I didn't respond. Left the key on the counter and walked out without saying goodbye. So yeah, that was my big family reunion. 5 years gone, and they treated me like some stray mutt who wandered in off the street. To be honest, I used to think I might move back someday. But now? I don't know. I think I'm done. I'm not letting this slide, though. They don't get to treat me like crap and pretend it's normal. I've got a few ideas for how to make them regret it. I'm not sitting around feeling sorry for myself. I'll post more if anyone's curious how this unfolds. Yeah, I know some families are just like this. But seriously, I didn't do anything except leave. They've been bitter ever since. Especially my mom. She always acted like I abandoned her for some big city life. They all think I owe them for leaving. Like I'm supposed to fix everything when I visit. The tech issues, the money problems, whatever. Well, not this time. I'm over it. Got questions? Ask. I've got the receipts. And no, I'm not letting this go. All right, here's the update some of you were asking for. And yeah, I'm still pissed. Not gonna sugarcoat it. This might not count as revenge yet, but it sure as hell isn't forgiveness. Honestly, I don't get how people just eat crap like that and go, well, family's family. Nah, not me. I'm not built that way. If you read my last post, you know how Thanksgiving went. Total train wreck. I walked out and didn't look back. But just 'cause I left doesn't mean they suddenly stopped acting like jerks. If anything, the group text got even more passive-aggressive. Like I was the one who ruined Thanksgiving, just because I left early and didn't sit there smiling through it. What really lit a fire under me was this message Aunt Cheryl sent about a week later. She goes, "Evan, since you're back in the country, can you help Uncle Ronald with the property taxes?" Then Tyler chimes in with, "Also, fix the Dropbox. I can't get into my files." No mention of how they all treated me like garbage. Just a to-do list. Classic. And this is always how it goes. I don't know if people from smaller families get this, but in big families, the one who moves away, you become the go-to for every little thing no one else wants to deal with. They act like I abandoned them, and yet the moment something breaks, they run to me. Tech problems. Paperwork. The boring adult stuff. My mom's been after me for months about her email. Cheryl bugs me every year about her taxes. Tyler thinks I'm his IT guy because I know computers. I've been fixing their messes from across the damn ocean for years. And when I finally show up in person, all I get is sarcasm and side-eye. So I decided I'm done. I'm not doing anything for anyone unless they treat me like an actual person first. This wasn't some quiet protest either. I spelled it out. I messaged the group chat and said, "I'm not helping with anything until someone apologizes for Thanksgiving." Nothing. Not a single reply. They just ghosted me. Treated it like I was being overdramatic again. 3 days later, my mom sends me a private text. She says, "Evan, this isn't about you. Family needs you to step up." Didn't even bother answering. That's not an apology, that's a demand. So I start thinking, what kind of leverage do I really have here? And it's a lot more than they realize. I've been their silent fixer for so long. They don't even know how much they lean on me. The docs, the shared drives, the tax forms, the password resets. The stuff that actually matters when April rolls around or the HOA starts getting nasty. I'm not talking about fixing someone's Netflix password. I'm talking about real responsibilities. Legal stuff. Government stuff. So I stop answering. Simple as that. And man, things start breaking down fast. Uncle Ronald starts blowing up my phone. He can't get into his online account. He's locked out. Wants me to reset it. I leave him on read. My phone's a war zone for the next 2 days. Then Tyler calls. I let it go to voicemail. He says he knows I'm upset, but I should be the bigger man. He only says that when he wants something. Next, it's Cheryl. She sends this long, dramatic email about her tax documents in the family Dropbox. Says she can't find anything. Her accountant needs old receipts. I check. Yep, it's chaos in there. I've been the only one organizing it. Everyone else just dumps stuff wherever, but I don't fix it. Instead, I forward her email to the entire family and write, maybe someone else can help then. Then my mom chimes in again. Can you please sort out the HOA thing? They're threatening me with late fees. I don't know how to respond. I reply, you told me not to ruin the evening, so I'm staying out of it. She leaves me on read. The only person who actually reaches out like a normal human is Samantha. She DMs me on Instagram and asks what happened. I tell her, you were there. You saw how they all ganged up on me, and now they want me to fix everything. She goes, yeah, it was bad, but you know how they get. They're just stressed. I said, I'm not their punching bag, and I'm not their damn assistant. She hits me with the thumbs up emoji. A whole week goes by. Group chat is just full of people whining about how confusing everything is. No one apologizes. No one even brings up Thanksgiving. But the vibe's different. Tense. Then I start getting calls from weird numbers. I ignore them all. I think they assumed I'd cool off eventually. But I'm not that guy anymore. The only thing that made me pause was a call from my mom. She doesn't say hi or anything. Just jumps in with, Evan, we need to talk. Then she rattles off everything that's been falling apart since I stopped helping. She's mad about the HOA again, says they're threatening her with a lien. I say, you're an adult. Figure it out. She loses it. Starts yelling. Says I'm ungrateful. Says after everything she's done for me, I turn my back and hold the family hostage. I tell her, you treated me like I didn't matter. So now you deal with it. She hangs up. Hard. I could hear the phone slam. Then things really start spiraling. Cheryl shows up at my hotel. I see her standing in the lobby with that I'm about to explode face. She walks up and just starts in on me. You're being immature. You need to come home. We're family. You can't just walk away. I cut her off. You made it clear how you see me. I'm not doing you any favors. She gets right in my face, pokes me in the chest and says, you don't get to do this. You owe us. I push her hand away. She looks at me like I punched her. But all I did was ruin her little dramatic scene. She storms out and slams the door. After that, the cracks really start to show. Uncle Ronald posts some vague rant on Facebook about people abandoning family when times get tough. Yeah, that was aimed at me. Tyler texts, hope you're happy screwing us all over. I don't respond. Only thing I've done that counts as revenge, I guess, is this. I emailed the family accountant, not a buddy, the actual guy who does their taxes, and told him I wouldn't be collecting or sending anything for anyone. I said if they need docs, they should reach out to each person directly. He replies like, okay, but that's going to be messy. I just wrote back, not my problem, and CC'd every adult in the family. 2 hours later, Mom calls. You've put us in a terrible position, she says. I tell her, maybe next time you'll remember to save me a seat. Now it's like every day I get some new angry message. Still no apology. Just blame. Guilt. More demands. I'm not budging. I left the group chat. Blocked Cheryl. Muted my mom for a week. I'm done being their fixer. And yeah, I know some folks are gonna say I'm being petty. If you've ever spent years being treated like an afterthought, and then suddenly expected to swoop in and fix everything. Yeah, you get it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not being shady. I'm just done making life easier for people who treat me like garbage. If their paperwork gets lost, or they rack up fines, not my problem anymore. I'm not their damn doormat. I haven't figured out what I'll do next, but trust me, I'm not done. They made it clear I only matter when they want something. So fine. Let's see how they handle it when I'm simply not there. I don't know what my next move is yet, but I'm not just going to lie down and take it. If you want to see how this mess keeps escalating, let me know, because I'm not holding back anymore. All right, here's the next chapter. Honestly, if you told me things would spiral like this, I would have laughed and said, no way. I figured they'd either try to make things right or just ignore me. But nope. Apparently family pride is more important than actually fixing the mess they're in. I don't even know if this counts as revenge anymore. Feels more like I'm just finally done playing their game. It's wild, though, how quickly things fall apart when you stop being the one holding them together. So, like, 2 weeks after everything went silent, my phone starts lighting up again. Not from my mom or Cheryl, I'd already blocked them, but from random numbers and weird voicemails asking me to please call back. Turns out it's the HOA board from my mom's neighborhood. And some guy from the local tax office. Not the IRS, just city stuff. I let it all go to voicemail. Not my circus anymore. Then Samantha texts me like, for real. She says, just so you know, it's getting ugly over here. Everyone's pointing fingers, and it's super awkward. She's honestly the only one who still sounds normal. But even she's not stepping in, and I don't blame her. Then I get this all-caps email from Tyler. Need to find my tax files now, or I'm gonna get hit with late fees. Thanks for nothing. I checked the Dropbox, and, no surprise, he deleted half his own files by accident. The whole folder's just chaos now. He sends 3 more emails, each more desperate than the last. Finally, he writes, fine. I'll pay you if you help. I don't even respond, because this isn't about money. Meanwhile, even though I'd left the family group chat, Uncle Ronald starts a new one classic move. Cheryl says in it, well, if Evan won't step up, I guess we'll just deal with the consequences. So I finally respond, first time in ages. I just write, you already are. The wildest part? Everyone turns on each other instantly. Samantha tells me that it's Sunday dinner. Tyler and Cheryl got into it about who was supposed to manage the family files. Tyler blamed Cheryl for not backing anything up. Cheryl shot back that Mom was the one who was supposed to remind her about deadlines. Then Ronald chimed in, said none of this would have happened if I hadn't run off to Europe. Apparently it got loud. Some cabinet got slammed. I'm picturing it like a trashy reality show. Then things get more real. My mom shows up at the hotel. I'm still staying there. Haven't gone near the house. Front desk calls up and says, your mom's here. She's asking for you. I tell them I'm not available. Later, I spot her outside pacing in the parking lot, yelling into her phone. I slip out the back and walk to a coffee shop. She leaves me 7 voicemails, ranging from please come home to, you're tearing this family apart. Then I get a certified letter. First one in my life. It's from the family lawyer. Yeah, we have one. Not because we're rich or anything, but because my grandpa set up a trust for some property years ago. It's still active. The letter says the annual trust review can't happen without my signature. And if I don't sign, everything gets delayed, which means nobody gets their usual holiday payout. I email back. I'm out of the country for the foreseeable future. CC'd the whole family. I'm not actually gone, but they don't know that. 3 hours later, Mom sends a group text. Hope you're happy now. You're hurting everyone. I reply, maybe next time you'll think about how you treated me. And that's when the real pettiness starts. Ronald posts some passive-aggressive crap on Facebook. Stuff like, instead of asking for help, some people just burn bridges. Like I can't see it. Cheryl texts Samantha, says, can you talk some sense into your cousin? He's just being dramatic. Samantha forwards it to me and goes, I'm not getting involved, but yeah, they're all losing it. Then Tyler tries to go around me. Emails the family accountant directly. Can you just sign off on my stuff without Evan? Accountant replies, nope. Evan's signature is required for anything tied to the trust. Tyler emails me again. This is childish. Just do the right thing. I send back the screenshots from Thanksgiving, specifically the one where he said, nobody wanted you back. He replies, that was a joke. You take everything too seriously. Right. A joke. Next thing I know, Mom's crying to Samantha, saying she might lose the house if the HOA fine goes through. Which, yeah, that sucks. But I also know she's been using my name as a stand-in at HOA meetings for years. Never actually went herself. Then I get a letter from the HOA. Says, you are no longer listed as the household contact. Your mother must attend the next meeting or face a fine. I toss it. Not my issue. Now Cheryl's business gets hit with a late fee because she missed a filing deadline. She texts me, this is on you. I reply, you always said I was a disappointment. Guess I'm finally living up to it. She leaves me on read. Only one who's been real with me this whole time is Samantha. We meet for coffee. She tells me, I get why you're angry, but they're never going to say they were wrong. She says they've always been bitter because I left. That I was the smart one. And even if no one said it, they felt left behind. I tell her, I'm not the bad guy here. She goes, "You're not. But you're the only one who left. So you're the only one they can punish." I ask her, "Do you think they even care about me? Like the person?" She shrugs. "I think they care about what you do for them." At least she's honest. Then the final straw. Cheryl shows up at my hotel again, this time with Uncle Ronald. She tries the guilt trip. "You know Grandpa would be ashamed of you. We're family. We stick together." I say, "You didn't stick with me when I came home." Ronald pushes past her, gets right in my face. "Just sign the damn papers so we can move on." I say, "You want to move on? Try treating people with respect." Cheryl slaps the table. "You're impossible." I just walk out. Leave them arguing in the lobby. So yeah, things are a mess. But I'm not moving. I'm not breaking laws. I'm not sabotaging anyone. I'm just not helping anymore. The trust money is stuck. Their documents are a disaster. And no one's getting saved. They're finally starting to realize. I'm not coming back to fix it. And the wildest part? I don't even feel bad anymore. I don't know exactly what my next move is. But I can tell you this. I haven't even pulled the card. That'll really send them over the edge. They still think I'm gonna cave. Not this time. If you want the real chaos, just wait for the next update. It gets better. Alright, this is probably gonna be my last post about all this. Didn't think things would go this far, but here we are. Not gonna lie, I'm still fired up when I think about how Thanksgiving went down. But honestly, it's not even about being mad anymore. I'm just done putting up with the BS. End of story. The whole family meltdown has gone from awkward to full-blown chaos. And no, I'm not sorry for lighting the match. So where'd we leave off? Right. Everything's frozen. I stopped being their tech guy. I stopped signing papers like a trained SEAL. I blocked their numbers, dodged their calls. And when they tried to gaslight me, I hit them back with screenshots of their own words. The trust money? Still locked. Cheryl's business? Racking up fines. Tyler? Buried under his own mess. Mom? Can't even handle her HOA now. And me? I haven't stepped foot in that house since. I've been bouncing between the hotel and friends' places, mostly keeping to myself. The weird part? It got real quiet after the last blow-up. Like they all just shut down. No guilt trips. No voicemail rants. I figured maybe they finally decided to get their act together. Yeah. No. Last night, I was at a bar with some old high school buddies. Talking about dumb stuff. Just having a decent time. Then my phone starts going off nonstop. It's Samantha. Texting me. Blowing up my DMs on Insta. She never does that unless it's serious. First message. Call me. Next one. Everyone's freaking out. Please respond. At first, I ignore it. Figured maybe she's being dramatic. But after 10 missed calls, I finally step outside and call her. She sounds completely panicked. "Evan, check your email right now," she says. Mom's losing it. Uncle Ronald's threatening to call a family meeting. Tyler's saying you ruined his whole year. Grandma's crying. People were literally screaming in the background while we were on the phone. It sounded like a family cage match. I open my email. 5 messages waiting. One's from the lawyer. The trust deadline has passed. Payouts are delayed until the next quarter. So yeah, no one's getting their usual holiday cash. Then the family chat blows up with screenshots. Everyone blaming someone else. Some say it's my fault. Some point fingers at Cheryl. Mom claims she's totally lost and doesn't know what to do. And then, more drama. Cheryl's business? Now getting slapped with even bigger fines. Because she missed another filing. She blames Tyler for not helping her find the documents. Tyler blames me for not organizing them. Ronald says it's all my fault for being stubborn. And my mom. She actually says, maybe if you hadn't pushed Evan away, we wouldn't be in this mess. I could hear the whole circus in the background while Samantha was still on the phone. Just yelling and finger-pointing. I told her, "I'm tired, Kel. Not poor me tired, just over it." I asked, "So what do they want from me now?" She sighs and says, "They want you to come back. Sign the papers. Help them fix everything." I told her flat out, "Not happening until someone gives me an actual apology. And I mean a real one." She goes, "I'm not getting in the middle. But you should know. Grandma's having a breakdown. Cheryl is threatening to sue Tyler. And Mom's talking about selling the house to cover her fines." I hung up. Just sat there for a while, watching my phone blow up again. Uncle Ronald sends a message. "You win, Evan." Cheryl writes, "You're punishing the whole family for your issues. Hope you're proud." And Tyler, classic Tyler, texts, "You're such a child. Just sign the damn docs and we'll never bother you again." I don't reply to any of them. Then comes the kicker. My mom finally texts me. No, hi. No, I'm sorry. Just, can we talk? I leave her on read. I'm not interested. She's not upset because she hurt me. She's upset because she lost control. I'm not crawling back so she can pretend everything's fine. Not this time. So I emailed the lawyer. Told him, for the record, I won't be participating in any family events or trust-related business until I receive a written apology from every single person who insulted me at Thanksgiving. No exceptions. All requests can go through legal channels now. I CC'd the whole family. Samantha was the only one who replied. She just said, wow. No one else said a word. Dead silence. I guess they're too busy blaming each other or scrambling to clean up the mess. I don't care anymore. I spent the rest of the night actually enjoying myself for once. And yeah, I know some people are going to say I took it too far. But after years of being the fixer, the scapegoat, the one who always stepped up, I'm not losing sleep over this. Let them sit with it for once. I didn't start this, but I damn well finished it. That's where I'm at. I'm not going back. I'm not rescuing anyone. And if they want to crawl back, they better show up with actual respect. Not holding my breath. But at least now I know. I won't be making this mistake again. Thanks for sticking with me through the saga. And if you're reading this and your family only treats you like you matter when they need something, don't let them. You don't owe anyone your time, your peace, or your sanity. I'm out. Thanks for sticking around and listening to my story.